turnaround in our country's history. Under the Biden administration, America was plagued by the nightmare of stagflation, meaning low growth, and high inflation, a recipe for misery, failure, and decline. But now, after just 1 year of my policies, we are witnessing the exact opposite. Virtually no inflation and extraordinarily high economic growth. Growth like I believe you'll see very shortly our country has never seen before, perhaps no country has ever seen before.
Guys, thank you so much for joining me. John Soto, this is SotoCast. We're taking a look at a snippet from Trump's WEF Economic Forum speech. It was a monster of a speech, guys. He took it out and threw it on the table, if you know what I mean. He did not hold back. You know, it's pretty wild. I mean, you're going into their home court and you're basically saying, yeah, what you guys are doing, we're not doing that anymore. It's not working, which is essentially what he was saying with this. But take a listen. We're going to come in and out just like we always do.
Over the past 3 months, core inflation has been just 1.6%. Meanwhile, fourth quarter growth is projected to be 5.4%, far greater than anybody other than myself and a few others had predicted. Since the election, the stock market has set 52 all-time high records. So that's in 1 year, 52 records, adding $9 trillion in value to retirement accounts, 401ks, and people's savings. People are doing very well. They're very happy with me. Since my inauguration, we've lifted more than 1.2 million people off of food stamps, and after 4 years in which Biden secured less than $1 trillion of new investment in our country. Think of that, $1 trillion, substantially less than that. In 4 years, we've secured commitments for a record-breaking $18 trillion, and we think when the final numbers come out, they'll be closer to $20 trillion of investment. That's never been done by any country at any time, not even close. Just over 1 year ago, under the radical left Democrats, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world.
I love how he says that.
In fact, the United States economy is on pace to grow at double the rate that was projected by the IMF just last April. And with my growth and tariff policies, it should be much higher. I really believe we can be much higher than that. And this is all great news, and it's great for all nations. The USA is the economic engine on the planet, and when America booms, the entire world booms. It's been the history. When it goes bad, it goes bad. You all follow us down, and you follow us up, and we're at a point that I don't believe we've ever been. I never thought we could do it this quickly. My biggest surprise is I thought it would take more than a year, maybe like a year and 1 month. But it's happened very quickly. This afternoon, I want to discuss how we've achieved this economic miracle, how we intend to raise living standards for our citizens to levels never seen before, and perhaps how you too and the places where you come from can do much better by following what we're doing, because certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly, anymore. They're not recognizable. And we can argue about it, but there's no argument. Friends come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody and say I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way.
See, now what they'll do is they'll spin that and they'll say, oh, that's a racist dog whistle thingy thing. No, it has nothing to do about race. It has to do with, these are places that had an established culture for centuries, and that no longer exists. So yeah, it doesn't look the same anymore. And do you think that's a good look? Like, does Denmark want to be Denmark, or do they want to be something else? You know, like if you are influxing a massive amount of migrants into your area, and you are not bestowing upon them, you can come here. We'll take you in, but you have to become us. We don't want to become you. That's why you left where you were. You left where you were because it wasn't great. Now you want to come here and you want to make it like it was there. No, we have a system that works. Why don't you guys try to follow our system instead of making the system that you left? Because the system that you left was shitty. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right? It makes total sense. There's nothing to do with race, nothing to do with being xenophobic. It's just the truth. If you are leaving an area that you don't like, or is bad for you, or is not good, and you're coming to another area, why would you want to take that and bring it here? You want to say, what are they doing there that's working? What are the people, what systems have they fashioned? What type of environment, what type of culture do they have that makes the system work? And let's do that. That's what used to happen in America. People would come to the United States and they would want to become American. They would want to put on the baseball cap, go watch a baseball game, eat freaking pizza and apple pie, and all the. They wanted to be an American family. because they saw that the system worked and they wanted to, you know, encompass that in their culture. They wanted that culture. They wanted that to become their culture because it's a culture that worked, and you know, and a lot of people, you know, were very prosperous because of the culture.
And I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good, but it's not heading in the right direction. In recent decades, it became conventional wisdom in Washington and European capitals that the only way to grow a modern Western economy was through ever-increasing government spending, unchecked mass migration, and endless foreign imports. The consensus was that so-called dirty jobs and heavy industry should be sent elsewhere, that affordable energy should be replaced by the Green New Scam, and that countries could be propped up by importing new and entirely different populations from faraway lands. This was the path that sleepy Joe Biden administration and many other Western governments very foolishly followed, turning their backs on everything that makes nations rich and powerful and strong. And there's so much potential.
I really wonder if it actually says sleepy Joe Biden. That's the only thing I want to know. If anyone could find that out for me, that would just be fantastic. Or if every time he sees Joe Biden's name, he just adds that in. I really would like to know that.
In so many nations. The result was record budget and trade deficits and a growing sovereign deficit driven by the largest wave of mass migration in human history. We've never seen anything like it. Quite frankly, many parts of our world are being destroyed before our very eyes, and the leaders don't even understand what's happening. And the ones that do understand aren't doing anything about it. Virtually all of the so-called experts predicted my plans to end this failed model would trigger a global recession and runaway inflation. But we have proven them wrong. It's actually just the opposite. In 1 year, our agenda has produced a transformation like America has not seen in over 100 years. Instead of closing down energy plants, we're opening them up. Instead of building ineffective money-losing windmills, we're taking them down and not approving any. Instead of empowering bureaucrats, we're firing them, and they're going out and getting jobs in the private sector for 2 and 3 times what they were making in government. So they started off hating me when we fired them, and now they love me. Instead of raising taxes on domestic producers, we're lowering them and raising tariffs on foreign nations to pay for the damage that they've caused. In 12 months, we have removed over 270,000 bureaucrats from the federal payrolls, the largest single-year reduction in government employment since the end of World War II. Nobody thought that was coming, but we had no choice. To make a country great, you can't have all federal jobs. We've cut federal spending by $100 billion and slashed the federal budget deficit by 27% in the single year. It's going to go down quite a bit more from that.
Yeah, man, these are real numbers. I mean, the speech is fantastic. He did about an hour long, and he goes in. He really does go in. I'll do another segment on it. I'll somewhere in the middle because I know people don't have the time to watch the entire thing. But guys, give him a listen. If you guys are still here, please hit the subscribe button. That really does me a lot of good. That's all I want. Just hit the subscribe button. That's all you got to hit. But yeah, he really does go in on Europe and everybody, and just like I said, he lays it out on the table. He does not hold back. This wasn't like his normal, you know, he doesn't throw a lot of jokes in this speech. He does he's very substantive. He really gets to the heart of the issue. He shows America in the light that they are. And he points out a couple of people that I guess he was listening to their speeches. I think it was the Prime Minister of Canada and stuff like that. They were a little snarky, and he puts them in check in this speech. It is fantastic to listen to. If you can, give it a full listen, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. John Soto, 6283 Talk on the X if you want to follow me next. I am John Soto. See you again on the next video, guys.